You guys are watching the Dallas Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey here to discuss I'm just going to call it the Kelvin Joseph situation for the time being. First up, actively trying not talk too loud, not do the normal voice that I end up having when I'm on air because Olivia's asleep right now and I don't want to wake the baby because then I'm in trouble and the baby's in trouble and mom's mad and that's just not an issue. So thanks for tuning in. This, of course, is at home video because it's almost midnight East Coast as we discuss the updates on Kelvin Joseph. Many of you had DM'd me on Twitter about the situation, and now we actually know the real details beyond people trying to be cute insider on Twitter, which we'll talk about later on. So overall info here, what we do know per reports from Dallas Morning News and per Fort Worth Star Telegram, etc., Dallas police do want to interview Kelvin Joseph over a murder that occurred last month, about almost a month ago actually, on Greenville Avenue. What happened was March 18th, fight occurs outside of a bar. I don't remember the name of the exact bar. Cameron Ray, who is the victim, unfortunately, may he rest in peace, was fatally shot around 2 a.m., taken to a hospital, later died. What we know from the police footage, I think Fox 4 had earlier this week, was Ray's group and a group that apparently involved Kelvin Joseph got into a fight. They eventually went their separate ways. Later on, there's a drive-by shooting. Cameron Ray unfortunately gets shot. He then, of course, later dies. There is some security footage that shows a player that appears to be Kelvin Joseph, and at this point, I think we can say is Kelvin Joseph, but legally we'll play it safe and say allegedly Kelvin Joseph, as in a hoodie and what I thought was a boss man with a boss man chain. They seem to say it's a YKDV necklace, which in the end is kind of all the same, all similar from that standpoint, with it being the rap side for Kelvin Joseph. So police want to interview him over what happened. Now, the core differences between the two reports out there from the Dallas Morning News and from the Fort Worth Star Telegram, Michael Gelkin, Clarence Hill. Gelkin and the Dallas Morning News say that Cowboys officials have told Kelvin Joseph to speak to police about what he knows, and the Cowboys don't think Joseph is the shooter. The flip side is Fort Worth Star Telegram reports the Cowboys are looking into Joseph's involvement at the current moment, and they did not comment, and there was a team source for the Dallas Morning News who did comment, so a little bit of different information there. Either way, it's not a great situation, right? I mean, beyond the actual football side, which is secondary, a person died. And that seems to be kind of lost here a little bit. So we'll spend some more on this here in a second. I do want to try to be respectful with everything that's going on here. I do think it's okay to ask you guys this. What's your one-word reaction to this Kelvin Joseph news and situation? Horribleness, maybe that's a good word for it. I will make this the pinned comment, so if you haven't already, head down there, let me know what you think your one-word reaction is to this whole Kelvin Joseph situation. Let's see where to go next here. How about this? Person died, and that's horrible, and I think that is just kind of being tossed aside a little bit too callously. Cameron Ray was 20 and taken away far too early because somebody drove by and shot him, whether that was Kelvin Joseph or someone in Joseph's group or not related anyway to the fight that went down. That's really horrible. And I know a lot of you guys had DM'd me, a lot of you really, like adding me, like, what's going on with Kelvin Joseph? And I let you know what I know if you DM me, but I didn't think it was right or just any capacity to be doing the whole subtweet cryptic like, oh wow, Cowboys might need a new corner. Like, we didn't really know anything. Like, the photos had been out there. It certainly looked like Kelvin Joseph. Now we know it appears to be Kelvin Joseph since police want to speak to him. But there's a lot of info that we don't know. Don't know whose car it was. Don't know who shot him. Don't know who was in the car. don't know anything really. So I think that in the modern society, we're so quick to want to know everything, have a take on everything right now. I think that the take should probably be just shut up and wait a little bit. Now we know a little bit more than what we knew, 5 hours ago or 9 a.m., whatever it was when the first person had DM me with some of the information. But like, I be patient a little bit here. I think we got a little bit out of control with the way that things were handled, and I think in the rush to like seem like an insider for some people, it's not a good look. Um, I do want to spend some time on what this means for the Cowboys. Obviously, we've talked about it many a time before that Kelvin Joseph had some off the field concerns coming into his time with the Cowboys. He was basically asked to leave the team at Kentucky because he wanted to opt out, but not really opt out, and it was a weird situation. There were drug test issues at the Combine, which don't matter that much because it's drug testing. Who cares anymore? I don't want to portray this as this type of off the field issue was what teams were scared of. That's not really fair at all. But there were some off the field concerns, and I think, I don't know, best case scenario right now for Kelvin, he got involved with a fight and left, and then someone in his group ended up, potentially, allegedly, I guess I'll call it so I don't get sued, shooting Cameron Ray, which is just not a good outcome. Somebody died. That's really bad. I feel horrible for the family and friends of Cameron, and I don't want to overlook that at all. So it's really more of a waiting game. Maybe we'll get more information Friday. Maybe it'll be 2 weeks. I think we know by now how long the legal process can play out. I certainly hope Kelvin Joseph wasn't involved in any capacity whatsoever, but I would also like to see justice served as justice needs to be served. So I just urge patience. Maybe that's my one word, patience a little bit, and wait and see what happens. If Kelvin didn't do anything wrong, great. That's awesome. Hope people who did do the stuff wrong get prosecuted to the full extent of the law. I hope there's justice. If Kelvin did do stuff wrong, bye. Like, not like kind of easy call, right? Like at a certain point, I wouldn't mind not having so many character guys on this team. It's causes issues in the past, so bit rambly out of me today, but it is, of course, almost midnight East Coast, and I got an early flight tomorrow as I go to visit family. But this was kind of big Cowboys news, so kind of had to discuss it. So one more thing, if you haven't already, please subscribe, hit that big red button. We'll keep you guys covered best as possible with all the Kelvin Joseph stuff that comes out as things move forward. So if you haven't already, please subscribe right now. To recap, in case you guys missed it, the quick version, I guess, Dallas police want to talk to Kelvin Joseph. They want to interview him. I guess you can call him a person of interest then. Doesn't mean suspect, just means person of interest, since they seem to think he was the guy in the photo in the hoodie and the necklace over a murder that went down on March 18th outside a bar in Greenville. Cameron Ray, who was 20, was shot and killed. Seems like what police at least think happened was there was a fight outside of a bar, a few others that they get involved at one of the intersections. Fight ends, people leave, and then someone else opens fire from a vehicle passing by. So it's a drive-by shooting. We know that per the Dallas Morning News story that Joseph was involved in the disturbance. Star Telegram says Joseph admitted to being at the scene, but that he wasn't involved in the shooting. Star Telegram says the Cowboys looking into Joseph's involvement. Dallas Morning News says Cowboys don't think he did it, so there is some discrepancy there in terms of what's being reported. And that's kind of all we actually know. I've seen a lot of stuff on social media the past 8 hours that is just wasn't responsible at all. So I hope we presented this in a responsible fashion. And if the Cowboys have Kelvin Joseph and he's innocent, awesome. If he's not, well, see ya. There's no need for anyone in the NFL who kills people which is pretty straightforward. Not that I know Kelvin did that. I think Kelvin did. I don't know. No one knows. Anyone saying they know anything, I think, is being reckless and out of turn. So I wanted to keep it serious. Wanted to explain what we know, where things go from here. I don't know. I think we're going to have to be patient and see what the legal process plays out. There is, of course, the whole innocent until proven guilty, which is kind of a big deal in the legal system here in America. So that's what we know on Kelvin Joseph. I hope he didn't do it. If he did do it, I think we all know what the Cowboys' course of action is. Pretty straightforward there. So wait, see, be patient, and we'll find out what happens, I'm sure, in the near future.